We are Tramhaus. We're gonna answer some questions. Where do you come from?
We come from Rotterdam, the Netherlands. It's a city, in the Netherlands. It's the second largest city, I think.
Yeah, it is.
It is the best city. Let's just keep it at that. Yeah. All right. Where are you headed?
Well, location-wise, we are headed to Lille tomorrow. Tonight we'll drive to Rennes because our hotel is there, and then we drive to Lille for a show. It's today is the first show of our tour. Career-wise, that's also what I think. Where are we headed? An album? Yeah, for sure, and only more of this.
I think music is just part of our DNA in a very weird sense. We all listen to it, we go to shows, we've been joining or playing in other bands for as long as we were old enough to, play. So, yeah, I think if we didn't make music, we would be very sad people. We would live very sad lives and maybe do an office job that we didn't like. We would have more money, but we would have no soul.
Also, what I always, as a kid, I always said I wanted to be an artist because even the most corporate jobs and people and they go to relax and see music. So it has to be there. Someone has to do it. Like even people that are in a different career path, everyone likes music. Someone has to do it.
Most people.
Yeah.
There are very few who
If you
don't
don't
like
like
music.
music.
I know. Dead inside, I know. And if music wasn't your thing, what would you do?
What would I do? That's a good question. I would be studying, for sure. I haven't studied, but I might. What would I like? I like philosophy. Maybe I'd be like a psychologist or something. Yeah. And you?
So I did one study at a different me. I know for 2 months. It was criminology, so you study the law and why criminals act the way they do. And it's very interesting, and you can prevent people from committing crimes that way. But maybe I would have continued that if I didn't know music, and then I would probably maybe work. I hate to say, I would work with the police. But the funny thing is, 2 days ago, I put this tattoo on my arm. It stands for ACOP, which means all cops are bastards. So I'm glad it didn't work out, and we're doing this instead. Yeah. I hate to think, what if music wasn't our thing?
I was thinking maybe I love animals. I would do something with animals.
Probably, yeah.
I would sometimes I see videos of people that are running a doggy daycare. I would see myself do that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and maybe just not study and open a fucking doggy daycare.
Shelter, yeah.
Yeah, shelter for dogs. That's my answer. Ooh, an epiphany of yours. It's getting deep now.
I have to think. I have to really think.
For me,
Yeah.
I was always too scared to be in a band, and Nadja kind of pushed me, just try it out, play bass. I'd never played bass before, and then my epiphany was you can just do it. That's what I always tell people if they're if I want to learn bass, do you have tips? I'm just do it, because if you fake it until you make it, cliche, but
You didn't fake.
I didn't fake. It's just if you don't do it, I was very in my head about it. I cannot do this. And then I just kind of did it because I had nothing to lose. And then, if you just really like something and you just start practicing, then you can become good at something. If you love it, you can become good at it. Yeah. I feel like that is. If you love it, just keep doing it, and then
Your artistic breakthrough, what was it and when was this? And where were you at the time?
My artistic breakthrough.
Yes.
Well, for a long time I thought I might not be good enough, and like when the band became bigger, it's like, okay, you want to search for someone who's played bass for years. And then I think when we played the first Best Kept Secret show, I think,
Yeah?
it's a big festival in the Netherlands. We did that show, and then it went well, and I was like, okay, now, okay, I mean, they always told me like, no, we're not gonna replace you, but I was always in my head like, wait for it. And then we did like a really big show, and it went well, and then I was like, okay, yeah, okay, I can actually do it.
I had it when we recorded the song The Goat. We recorded it I think last summer, so a year ago, maybe?
More?
No, a year.
Yeah, at least a year.
Yeah, maybe a little bit more than a year, but like a year and a month.
Yeah.
Let's just keep it at a year. We recorded it a year ago, and we've been playing it live for a long time. But when we went to the studio, we really made it a different version of it, and all the pieces came together, and it was so pretty, and so it hit a spot like, yes, that's the music that I want to make. And then we released it with a really cool video, and then people reacted really well to it, so it was a confirmation like, okay, we're on the right path, we're doing the right thing, and we make a good team with everybody. So yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Any downsides to, I think, this life as a musician?
Yes. Many no. No, I would say like you're on the road a lot, so yeah, you're gonna miss your home probably, and the people that you leave behind, because yeah, you're away a lot. And also we're in the van a lot, so you have to you have to find ways to, you know, keep yourself interested or, you know, entertained. So after a while boredom can get set in, and then yeah, that's like dangerous. If you're bored in a van and you still have 8 hours to go, and you don't want to read your book, you don't want to listen to that same song again, you run out of internet and everybody's doing their thing, and you're just like, and then you start annoying people, and then like, you know, we don't fight, but you know, there are some tension sometimes. No,
We
not
now
really.
we now have a great van with like
Oh
we
my God,
face
yeah.
each other in the back. We have a table in between. So we've just been playing poker.
Yeah,
My goal for the tour was to learn how to play poker. It's been
already achieved.
one day, and I know how to play poker, and I'm hooked.
Yeah, I would say just being away from home a lot. It's it can be stressful or exhausting, but you get to see so many cool places, meet so many cool people that you would never see otherwise. Yeah, so it's a downside, but it's like it comes with the work. I mean, is there life after artistic death? Ooh, that's a very good question.
Oh, I imagined maybe like if our album flops, you know.
Yeah, that is also a way to die.
Well, in both cases, I would start a doggy daycare.
Again, the doggy daycare. The answer is yes.
Yes, there is life after artistic
Artistic
death. I have a dream. It's a doggy daycare.
I hope you get there.
The downside as well from the previous question, can't really have a dog because I'm never home.
Yeah.
Your pre-stage ritual.
Ritual. Yeah, for me personally, check if all my gear is in order. I know I always twist the knobs more than I should. It's like on my pedals, like, oh no, maybe I should do this, and then maybe I should do this, and then I turn it all back to the way it was. Just I don't know. And we hug each other always, just because it's like, okay, we're doing this together. We're not on our own islands on the stage. We're still a team, so let's make sure everybody's comfortable and everybody's excited, and then we hug and then we go on. I think that's
There's
it.
also a superstitious part about it. I don't remember, but there's
I
been
don't
a few.
remember either. I think it's a lie.
There's been a few shows, some band members say, where we didn't hug and it went not good. I don't remember, you don't remember, but yeah, I mean, we always do it. Yeah, we always, yeah.
Yeah. Who would you work with, musically or not? Let's go first with musically. Who would you work with musically? On the top of your head, go.
Like make a song together.
Yeah?
Or work with. Tom York is my
Oh my
god.
that's such a good answer.
What would be the climax? What would be the climax of your career?
Oh, you had to little giggle. Oh, climax. Okay, back to your childhood. What piece of advice would you give your young self? If you could see your past self right now, what would you say?
It's okay not to study and don't be so afraid to do things. Don't be so anxious. Be honest with people. Please people less. I also have to please myself in some way. How do you see yourself 30 years from now?
Old. I would see myself old.
What age would you be?
I mean, I would be 55. That's not that old, but it's old for what we're doing. How old is Robbie Williams? He's 60 years old, right?
Do you know how old he is? Robbie Williams?
I think someone said 60 years.
60?
Yeah, so 60. He's an old man.
Well, I mean, with some bands you're like, you're still doing it. It's okay, but you don't have to. But like, I mean, an Iggy Pop or fucking Robbie Williams, I guess.
What I would wish for myself at that age would be to have like a recording studio, or at least a rehearsal studio where I could record, and then I would just invite younger people to come over and record their music and like make it sound better.
Where though?
I will buy a fucking barn and I'll transform it. I don't care.
You want in the desert?
No,
Desert
the desert sessions. Yeah, that would be cool. No, I think I would stay in the Netherlands probably, because we have there are a lot of things wrong with our country, but also
every country.
Yeah, there's some money
okay
to ask for.
Yeah, true.
So yeah, studio, and then young people. I would like to work with other bands.
Give them,
pass on the gift.
Yeah, yeah.
How do you see your music evolve? Like a Pokemon.
Like Pokemon. That's the thing, you don't know. Kind of, it goes everywhere. It's not that we can already see what we're gonna like. It's also like about what we all like, kind of. So depends on what we listen to. It will also depend on what new music will be released in the future. If something is released and we really love it, then it might inspire us. Just a lot of, how do I see it evolve? A lot of listening in the van to music, discussing about it, like what do you like or what don't you like about it, or and I hope like studio-wise it could evolve, I guess, like maybe more professional, I don't know. Your guilty pleasure or hidden treasure?
Okay, this is a guilty pleasure. Also towards myself, I still listen to Foo Fighters sometimes, and I can hear my younger self thinking like, "Oh, this is so great," and now I'm like, I don't feel it anymore, but I do remember the feeling. So sometimes, when I'm feeling childish, I'll turn on the Foo Fighter songs.
I mean, last night we danced in the.
That's true. I totally forgot.
Last night in the bathroom in our hotel, we started talking about One Republic songs because we're playing with them on next week. On the same festival. We were like, "Oh, do you remember this?" And we just were brushing our teeth, jamming to One Republic. I mean, I love it. Pink.
Also, because we saw a video of Pink playing Pink Pop, which is a festival in the Netherlands, which is kind of similar like this. And someone gave her a wheel of brie cheese.
Yeah.
Just a whole
brie. Yeah.
Brie. And she just accepted it and kept on singing, and we were like, "What the fuck? Do you remember Pink?" "Yeah, I remember Pink. Let's look up her songs." And then we remembered so many songs from like 10 years ago.
More than we expected. And one.
like,
I mean,
singing along.
it's great. She's flying through the air at every performance. I mean, can't say.
Literally, not even.
Yeah,
figuratively.
literally, yeah. And not musically.
I like to spend money. I'm sorry, I just really do. When I have money, I feel so great. I have to spend it.
Yeah. She buys guitars like suddenly from her phone.
Yeah.
Love the salary. My guilty pleasure, not musically. I love reality TV shows. It's it's bad. I just can't stop. I like it. You now had the Love is Blind. I loved it. I downloaded it all and watched it in one go in the van. Because I get really invested. I was even watching a show like that with my boyfriend, and he was like, "Oh, I don't like it." And we were sitting, and after two episodes, we were almost fighting over who we thought would end up with who, and we were like actually like arguing, like, no, don't you see, he likes him, that. So, yeah, that gets me a bit too excited. But I mean, I'm not the only one. I think everyone that watches that feels like it's a guilty pleasure, but let's just own it. We love entertainment and seeing other people fuck up.
Yeah.
Yeah.